Vivian, a model from Iowa, majestically walks into Sheila Klein's office. She meets a lot of other models who are also there to be interviewed by Sheila. Vivian gets directions from the receptionist and finally sits near another model named Heather, and they get to know each other. After which Heather asks to take a snapshot of Vivian with her camera given to her by her mom. Heather proceeds to tell Vivian that there are a lot of girls there that day because it's a Thursday. Every Thursday, Sheila holds an open call across all categories, ranging from editorial, to faces, to fitness and runway. Vivian then tells Heather that she just got to New York and decided to visit Sheila's office because her dream is to be on the cover of Vogue, while Heather tells her she's been coming for the past 3 months and that is also her dream. Vivian then suggests to Heather that whichever of them makes it to the top should take it upon herself to help the other as well, and Heather agrees to that, as they make a pinky promise. In the interview room, Sheila goes through pictures of the models one after the other and singles out Vivian to be brought in, saying she's fresh. Meanwhile, as Vivian notices that everyone in the waiting room is skinny, Heather tells her that that is the new size 0 for models in that part of the world. Just then, Vivian is called to the waiting room. She almost didn't hear, thanks to Heather, who notifies her. So, she walks towards the waiting room amidst the stares of other models. Getting into the interview room, Sheila asks Vivian what she can do, and she says she can do everything possible for her and that she wants to be on the cover of Vogue. But Sheila tells her that just because she's beautiful doesn't mean she has all it takes to be on the cover of Vogue. So Sheila tells Vivian to do a fashion walk, which she does brilliantly. Sheila is impressed by her walk and compliments her heavily, but she tells her she can't sign her because she's too fat. Excuse me, if she's too fat then I'm effing morbidly obese. Vivian gets out of the office crying, while Heather follows after her, trying to console her. After much persuasion, Vivian tells Heather what transpired in the room, and Heather gives her the business card of a doctor, Dr. Lau, who will help her shed more weight through some medications. At Dr. Lau's office, Vivian tells him her plight and he offers her a pill called Mundify, which he says most celebrities have also gotten from him to use for their weight loss. He assures her that the side effects are minimal and she has nothing to worry about. Meanwhile, she does not tell him that she has a scoliosis medical condition. Back at home, she injects herself with Mundify, as does Heather, who is now her roommate. This reminds me of when me and my gym bro would shoot me with testosterone. Gotta love body dysmorphia. A few months later, Vivian is back at Sheila's office with a skinny body and Sheila signs her. Before Vivian leaves the room, Sheila asks her if she's on Mundify, and she replies of course that she's been on it for 4 months. What did you think, Sheila? You did call her a fatty. And Sheila tells her to keep it up, saying that she'll make her a supermodel. After this encounter, Vivian undergoes many photo shoots. On one such occasion, Heather visits her, and Vivian introduces her to Sheila, but Sheila doesn't seem interested in her and stylishly tells Vivian that she shouldn't be living with Heather. Later on, with the numerous camera flashes on her, Vivian blacks out and breaks her nose. She visits Dr. Lau, who tells her he's worried about her electrocardiogram and asks her why she didn't tell him that she has a heart murmur. She tells him that she didn't think it mattered, but he says it does, and hence, she can't continue on Mundify unless she wants her heart to explode and lead to real valve damage. He rhetorically asks her if she would rather be skinny or alive, and she asks him if there's another thing he can give her to use. After much persuasion, he brings out a tapeworm enclosed in a small case and tells her to wash it down with oolong tea, saying that it is an ancient method of losing weight and better than Mundify, although it has some side effects. Dr. Lau then warns her that the tapeworm will make her feel very hungry, but she should make sure she eats moderately. Honestly, can I buy this on Amazon because your boy needs it? As soon as Vivian gets home, she starts to have hunger pangs, leading to her eating almost all the food in the fridge. She even eats a moldy cantaloupe, and this continues for a long time as she eats way more than she can handle at a time. This affects her mood at certain times, making her cuss at people unconsciously. I get like this when I'm hangry too. Later in the office, she hears her colleagues talk about her eating habits and she bullies and cusses at them too. Sheila comes around to control her, but she also yells at her, making Sheila surprised. Afterwards, she continues her eating spree and runs off to an adjoining room. Sheila goes off to meet her and calmly tells her that what just happened should not repeat itself, and Vivian apologizes, saying that she's acting that way because of what's inside her. Sheila assumes that it is Mundify, but Vivian tells her it's not Mundify. Sheila then assumes again that she's suffering from imposter syndrome and tells her that it's normal to feel that way, making Vivian just give up on telling her what exactly is inside of her. Later on, Heather excitedly walks into their house and announces that she has bagged a deal with Magenta magazine, only for her to see the house littered with empty food packs and Vivian, in a closet heavily fed, with food remains by her sides. Heather tells her that she is getting out of control, but Vivian marks her, saying Magenta magazines is for wannabes, and she smashes Vivian's camera to the ground. After this, Vivian comes to her senses and apologizes, but Heather says she will leave the house and will come back later to get her things. All through this, Vivian tries to tell Heather that there's something inside of her, but Heather, who doesn't understand what Vivian is saying, says all the girls in the industry have Mundify inside of them. But Vivian doesn't just know how to control her emotions and she leaves, making Vivian cry out apologetically. At the Vogue cover shoot, the photographer finds it hard to take a good shot of Vivian because she's too skinny and the cloth she's wearing doesn't fit her anymore. Her dresser then tells her that she's lost 5 pounds from her fitting when she was measured. Suddenly, Vivian's mood changes and she cusses at her, goes over to the table and starts to eat recklessly. Just then, Vivian is told to make sure she purges all she is eating out before their shoot, making her run off into the toilet, where she sobs uncontrollably. Later on, she goes to meet Dr. Lau to inform him of what she's been going through. Lau regrets giving the tapeworm to her and apologizes for whatever she is going through. She tells him that she's losing jobs and that the tapeworm is changing her personality. He then tells her that the tapeworm stores food and the more she eats, the stronger it gets and the stronger its desire to be fed is, which is why it should not be fed too much. She then tells him that she wants it out of her and he gives her a potion to drink. He says this potion will make the already developed tapeworm, which should not be more than a foot long, find its way to her anus. He tells her that as soon as the tapeworm gets its head out of her anus, she should grab the head and pull it out gently. Vivian gets home and following Lau's instructions, she drinks this potion. She sits in the bathtub and winces in pain as the tapeworm finds its way out. As soon as the tapeworm comes out, she pulls it out and sees that it is way longer than a foot. Pulling it out, it appears like a snake, and after some moments, it attacks her, making her lifeless. Heather, who is oblivious to what just happened, enters the house only to find Vivian lifeless in the bathroom. Unknown to her, the snake-like tapeworm attacks her from behind and finds its way into her own body. Sometime later, Sheila is interviewing Heather, who looks very good to Sheila's taste. Hiring Heather, Sheila asks Heather if she's hungry and she replies saying she's starving. Of course not her, but the tapeworm in her. This was kind of depressing as it's a very real thing in the industry to be super thin. I know it's really popular in Hollywood to take Ozempic drug to lose weight, and I have heard of people using tapeworms too, which is wild. What's your take on this movie and the Hollywood industry?
Subscribe for more videos like this. Turn on notifications and leave a like. It really helps the channel.